I'm Joe Reed, and this is Behind the Mic with AudioFile Magazine. Michelle Cobb is with me. She's the publisher of AudioFile. Michelle, I'm ready.
Okay, in our week about navigating change, we've got a good one. Careless People, a cautionary tale of power, greed, and lost idealism. Written and read by Sarah Wynn-Williams.
Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to you. I literally just read a review of this. Oh my God. Okay, you go.
So the navigating change theme really hits this one hard when you change your opinion about your employer and the people that you're working for. So our author is a former New Zealand diplomat. And she was very interested in Facebook and found a way to get hired by them and is fired later from her role as director of global public policy. And she writes this condemning book about her experiences, talks about the people where the company mission to make the world more open and connected has frankly gone wrong.
Oh God, yeah.
And Facebook has done a great job of publicizing the book itself by suing the author. She can't promote the work
Oh.
and claiming it's filled with untruths.
And she herself filed a whistleblower complaint
Yes,
to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So,
there's a
I,
lot
I
going
see
on
you
here.
and raise you.
Yeah, yep. And obviously, the company is upset because Mark Zuckerberg comes off as an immature tyrant who everyone caters to. They don't schedule him for anything before noon. They let him win board games.
Oh my God.
I didn't find it surprising on some level.
The board game
Yeah.
stuff, I mean, before noon, I you know me, I'm not throwing a stone at anyone about that, but really? A board game?
Well, and worse, Sheryl Sandberg comes off truly as a predator who
Yeah.
uses her staff and lets them take the fall when she disagrees with Mark on an action or direction. And then the author's direct boss, Joel Kaplan, he really
Mm.
comes across not well, totally unfeeling. He accuses her, among other things, of not being available enough while on maternity leave. Unfortunately, when she was really being pursued, she was also in a coma.
Which he seemed, according to the review I read, seemed to not even when he found out, could care less about.
Yeah, just didn't acknowledge. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about her since this is an audiobook. Let's talk about Sarah Wynn-Williams as a reader.
She definitely reads her own work well. With all the things that are brought to light, the kind of open and non-performative narration just lets the words do their thing. There's not a ton going on.
Mm.
The writing style is a bit clipped and simple, which is perfect for the barrage of revelations that deepen certainly my understanding of how much is going on in the background between governments and the companies that are out there, different tech companies, and our personal data. I found it truly
Yeah.
scary to hear that executives really know what they're doing and they are trying to impact and affect elections and policy and genocide. So I appreciated that her style was kind of bare bones and a little bit journalistic because she has to just kind of throw these things down and she lays everything out in a compelling way without letting the emotions overly get there, but at the times where she needed some emotion, you get it.
Yeah, it's some things are so outrageous that you don't need to color them at all. It's just here, just the facts, ma'am, and that is enough to stop you in your tracks.
Yes, I had two things happening. At first, I just couldn't stop listening because I was like, really? Oh, and then I had to stop for a while because I got too scared. It's like this and zombie movies, completely frightening to me. So I took a break in listening to this because, of a few days, because I was like, I need to
You need to breathe.
relax. Yes, yes.
Well, why don't we listen? Is this gonna scare us?
A little bit, I think. Sarah has to figure out what Mark really wants. Does he want a riot or does he want a peace rally? Very different things.
Oh, okay. This is an excerpt from Careless People, written and read by Sarah Wynn-Williams.
Then Debbie emails to say that she ran into Mark and he told her that he wants a peace rally or a riot. And we need to come up with some ideas that will enable him to be surrounded by people or be gently mobbed. I don't really know what gently mob means. So I pushed back against this whole idea. Debbie and I use the one argument that might change his mind and remind him of how badly starting a riot in Asia would be viewed by the Chinese government. This does no good. He's insistent, and I realize he is definitely not joking. If anything, he's really hung up on the size of the crowd. That's what matters to him. A public rally of over 1 million people. That's what he wants more than anything. He never says why he wants this, and I don't feel I can ask. My guess is that he wants to test out how effective his product is in turning Facebook's online tools into offline power.
I have to say, I wanna buy the book because I wanna support her. That's the A of it. The B is this is not an accent that I love, my ears don't love her voice, but the way she reads and her emphasis and pacing is excellent. It's just my ears and New Zealand accents don't always go together
Well,
sometimes.
what's funny is I actually listened to this while in New Zealand for part of it.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
really?
listened to a part of it before I got on a trip to New Zealand and then took the little break while I was traveling there. And then when I was there, I was like, okay, I'm in New Zealand. Let's go back. So,
Okay, that's perfect. That's actually really perfect.
exactly.
But I think it's certainly a book that will be an eye and ear opener.
Yes, if you have not read it, I encourage you to with your eyes or your ears, whatever works best for you.
That is Careless People, a cautionary tale of power, greed, and lost idealism. I'm assuming Careless People comes from The Great Gatsby.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Careless People, a cautionary tale of power, greed, and lost idealism, written and read by Sarah Wynn-Williams. Michelle, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Support for Behind the Mic comes from Dreamscape, the publisher of The Tenant, by #1 New York Times bestselling author Frida McFadden, narrated by Will Dameron and Christine Lakin. Discover your next great listen at dreamscapepublishing.com. Don't forget to stop by audiofilemagazine.com, where you can find hundreds of reviews, as well as interviews and articles about authors and narrators, and videos of some of your favorite narrators discussing the books they perform. That's audiofilemagazine.com. I'm Jo Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.